G'day peeps, and here we are, round two. So, continuing on from what Muzz was talking about before, persisting through challenges. And hasn't there been some? And Muzz's phone got hot. So that's that, and he was talking about training. So we know online business, we've got training for that, and footy, we've got training for that. And currently shearing all weekend, and there's not a lot of training for that. I'm not actually shearing the sheep myself, contractors in. So good on them for putting the pressure on me, keeping the pace up. As you can see by the dust line, or the hat tan, or whatever you want to call it, and the colour of the hands. It's been challenging. So, because as part of family succession, this is how it is. So, yeah, challenges are, I was trying to tag some sheep the other day before backlining, and I've done something in my shoulder here. This is my right shoulder. On the camera, it's reversed. Pinched a nerve or something. So, not loving lifting my right arm up at the moment, and it's causing quite a bit of sharp pain. And we'll deal with that after shearing. So, therein lies a challenge, and the persistence is they're not going to stop because I got a sore shoulder. They're going to keep shearing sheep, and then when there's no sheep, they go, are we done? Or is there more? So keep busting my hole. We just got the second mob in, so there's drafting to do. And this is how it is. So Scotty can't make it to the chat, and if Muzz's phone calls down, he'll jump back on. Yeah, so that's the challenges of this weekend. And then, you know, injured my arm, so reduced effort in this hand, and that's probably metaphorically speaking for the other hands that I've got. One hand did exactly the job he was asked to do and come out and put a bit extra in today, and the other hand failed to start this weekend so far. So that's yet to be judged. For no reason. Well, let's just see how that one pans out. So, and I hope you can't hear the young fella yelling in the microphone on the Xbox, because that's also a challenge for him. Emotional control and stuff like that. So how is everyone? Drop in the chat when you see the video what you were doing on your Sunday. So Muzz was doing station stuff, and I am doing shearing stuff. So thanks to the neighbour for letting us use his shearing shed yet again, year after year after year. Good neighbour. Trying to look after the shed and stuff like that. And we'll have to reduce the sheep numbers in the future due to farm stuff. That's how it is. So those are the challenges. And apart from, you know, we're getting to that time of year when cash flow isn't plentiful for a few farmers, because you've spent it all on chemical and fertiliser trying to put your crop in, and then you want it to rain. So as much as I'd love to be seeding today, or have number one in the tractor doing some seeding, shearing has to take priority this weekend. So, and priorities being, I didn't even play footy yesterday. Could have gone to footy with the boys, but no, business first. I had to organise the shearing stuff because mum and dad are retired. So good luck to that. So yeah, what other challenges and persistence? You know, persistence is shearing team's not going to stop, so I can't stop. So I get to work before them and I finish after them, and it doesn't matter if the shoulder hurts or the feet hurt, or you know, covered in dirt. That's how it is. You just keep going till you get enough of the job done to keep everyone else in their momentum. And which, at the sacrifice of not only my footy thing, as also the online business, I haven't been doing a lot of posting of reels. So that's the truth about it. Been busy organising stuff and trying to get everything going in momentum. So, you know, the other week it was like, what sacrifices do you make to make something successful? And at the moment, to make the farm successful, I've had to sacrifice the online business a little. But I'm still here on a Sunday at lunchtime, a little bit late. And that's why Muzz started early. that yeah, those are the challenges of life, and I'm no different than anybody else. Everyone's got their challenges, whether it be financial challenges or physical challenges, or even the mental challenges of this, that, and the other. So, having travelled a fair mental journey in my life, nothing dramatic. I'm not an over-traumatized person, but as an evolved male and having girlfriends and wives and a wife, not wives, a wife, and now an ex-wife, and then children. So there's a lot of emotions flying around, and you learn a lot of things about yourself as you take on those challenges. So those are the challenges. I wonder if I can tap this with the left hand, because the arm go like that. Do that. Do something. I did something. What if I go like that and I go? If I go like that, did that work, Muzz? It says it is. So yeah, persistence. Here we go. The phone's cooled down. Muzz is coming back on. 1, 2, 3.
G'day.
Here's Murray.
All right, we'll try again. Freaking technical
Persistence,
difficulties.
mate.
Persistence through onsets of different challenges.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
What do you know? How's the cheering going?
Not without a few challenges, my friend.
Just as well persisting.
That's right. Well, I tried. So I bought the sheep off Mum and Dad. So legally, I've got to pink tag them so that I own them. Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I was trying to pink tag them before backlining at in the race. So best place for it.
Yep.
And because number 2 hand wasn't there to assist me, I was going a bit hard on my own, and I pinched the nerve in my shoulder.
Sure.
So I'm not. My right hand seems to be of reduced action at the moment, but I still have to draft sheep. Lucky I draft sheep with my left hand. So that's fun stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I can stand on either side of the race and go swing this way, that way. But the way that race is set up is, you draft with your left hand, and you can drag a few sheep with the right hand, and they run around behind you.
Yeah.
And persisting in those yards. Wow. So there's been several adaptations. So the backlining race used to be world mesh in the middle. It's what they call a ram's horn shape. It's a big circle, and the race is in the middle. Right? Really terrible idea for getting sheep in and out of shed if you've got a backline and draft sheep, because there's no separation correctly. You got so much potential for mixing up sheep, because you've got to bring them back past each other all the time and things like that. So then we bought, years and years ago, we bought the guts out of a shearing shed, and that came with yards. So then we adapted those yards not only to build a set of yards down the Cheviot paddock, we set up a backlining race at the shearing shed. So sheep go in one way, and as they come out, they get backlined and they're out a separate pen. So there's no crisscrossing and opening gates and trying to get sheep past sheep, and all that. So correct usage of space. You could actually get 5,000 sheep in those yards.
Shit.
That's
a good size.
Well, this is the back, including the back pen. So that's And we just run the next mob in, and there is about 1,400 sheep in that mob.
Christ.
So challenges of running sheep on a warmish day, and wouldn't you think it would be the perfect opportunity for sheep to stand near the gate? But no, they don't know you want them to go to the sheep. They will stand on the opposite end of the farm.
Yeah.
So they're a bit knackered because they probably did, when they could have done 2 kilometres, they've probably done 7 or 8.
Just to really test your patience.
Yes. Me and number one. That there was a few expletives said as these sheep would stand at a gate and not walk through it, but that wouldn't be unusual for anyone who handles sheep.
And unfortunately, stock in general, you have your moments where it's just, dash it all doesn't quite cover the feelings that you're feeling.
Yes. Some colourful language almost equal to your shirt, Muzz.
Yes. No. Trademark shirt today.
Fancy.
Buddy. Working
I'm
towards a cause.
repping the old gear here. Got the Domindi Chevy
Yes.
stud of old. So that was the rebranding of a couple of years ago. Was it last year before we rebranded the farm and did the DBM thing?
Yeah. So
Black shirts.
vague remember you doing it. But
yeah. It's a couple of years ago we rebranded the farm. So rebranding I learnt from online business.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect opportunity on how to trying to think of a bit, how to polish an old football. Bit of leather treatment on the old footy, get the boots out of the cupboard, blow the cobwebs off them, and have a go. So
No, absolutely. No, give him a bit of a redressing, Stuart.
yeah, well,
Whoop.
it is.
No.
I'm thinking my brain is almost as fried as my hat from all the thinking of late, because
Well, what have you covered so far since you got on? Since I failed to try and make things easy for today and start things off, what have you covered since you got on?
pretty much just recovered what you started and then discussed about my old man sore shoulder and shearing and persistence.
Yes.
And I did apologise to the people because, going back to the sacrifices we have to make, what has been sacrificed in the past week in preparation for shearing and seeding has been posting online. Yeah. So, yes, I still run an online business, but sometimes you have to prioritise things like the farm or, getting ready for shearing, and there are priorities in life. So
absolutely,
these are the facts.
And that's one of the things.
It fits most places, but it doesn't fit everywhere all the time.
And it's one of the hardest things I think with anything we do is yes, the online business has a lot of merits and a lot of things where it can benefit us, but unfortunately there are things that come up first that need addressing that don't always make sense to everyone. But excuse me, I'm just doing a heap of dogs' dishes and things at the moment.
Yep.
Right. You got to, like today, I had to put some tree guards in around some trees. I've got fences to do, I've got waters to fix, etc., etc., etc. But they have to be done. I'll have to do these tree guards so I can use this paddock. And it seems like a backward step. It seems like I'm not doing what's necessary. But to persist with the challenges we face, we sometimes have to, we've got to think outside the square to get things done.
Yep. Do you want to hear something funny, Muzz?
Love to. Please.
So, how's this for irony, right? So, we have water ionizers in our house, and we promote water and drinking the correct stuff. But currently, I have no water in the house tank.
Oh no, Stuart.
Middle of cheering, you run out of house water. What could be more, more satisfying
Typical.
than when you need a nice shower every night. I snuck in enough of one last night, and then the battle for the moment is you get the firefighter ute. It's got 1,000 litres of clean water on it, and you pump that up to the tank, and that's 1,000 litres to get you through the next couple of days. So that's the current scenario. But I think it's funny that I'm meant to be drinking litres and litres of water, and I've had to go fill up the water bottle at the shearing shed, which is perfectly good rainwater. But
absolutely,
it's still slightly humorous to me that all these challenges at shearing time, I'm going, we checked the wall press. I tidied the shed. I fixed the shed gap. So I put extra panels in the yards. I've got all my backline, all my wall packs, bale fasteners, branding stuff, hammers, nails, the whole lot, trying to cover everything possible. So far, front of house is going okay. In the backyard, you just got to walk the big mobs in and sort them out.
Yeah.
And you need more than one person.
Yeah.
Amazingly.
Funnily enough, yes. And in the meantime, you have, well, I was about to say a small detail, but not necessarily a small detail, is not having any water at the house.
Yeah. Which didn't run out last night, ran out the night before. So first day shearing, I run out of house water. It's like, yay. All that spare time I've got, I don't have the 3 hours it takes to, well, I might take 4 because I've got to go get the truck off the 5-in-1 bin, take it to the tanker, hook up to the tanker, drive to the bore, fill it up, and then drive back to the tank to pump it on. So that's probably a 4-hour procedure for a big tank load of water. Or I'll just have to suck it up for a few days and it'll be 1,000 litres to cover me. And I've asked Mum and Dad to assist, and they're doing Jack's washing today while I'm getting all dusty at the shearing shed. So at least his clothes are clean.
Yeah, because I suppose school starts shortly as well, so they'd have all the uniforms ready.
Well, we've been
school's
back at it a week or so.
Oh, of course. Oh, look at me go. I'm really on top of my bloody game here too, Stuart.
Mate, I tell you what, the challenges of parenting kids and running a business, I'll admit to never being on top of anything. It's just, you just got to wing it, mate.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like, I suppose the first couple of posts you ever put on Facebook, and we discussed it when Scotty was on the other week about when I did my first page, and they say do an intro video. All right, so welcome people to my page, and the old rattle gun and down the shed, and the beard was a bit shorter, and make a cheesy comment and stuff like that. It's like, and that cringy sort of stuff, where now, after doing this for a few years, and you learn a certain level of who you are, which makes you more authentic because you speak as you are in the way, as it is. Yeah. That hurt, by the way.
Careful now.
Yeah, moved the wrong arm. So, that's another benefit of associating with the online community is not only learning on how to do these videos and starting groups and being a leader or a mentor type person and sharing content for other people to grow, for people to watch, share, get other people interested, build their businesses. It also stems off into the personal growth that you share around the local community and the influence on other kids. There's all this greater benefit, worldly benefit, apart from the impact that we have from buying these machines and what the company does in a worldly manner, that has direct benefit that way. Your money is spent, things like that, and as much as it is a big expense, do you put it in the asset or liability box in your in your budget. And because I put it in the asset box, because it is, for my health, it is a medical grade machine. It does more than just give me drinking water. Because I actually did, was my voodoo the other day. I got the 2.5 and put it in the tin for the Earmark applies.
Yes.
For the disinfectant, right?
Good stuff.
So 2.5, because when the machine's got water going to it, you can just get it out the tap.
Yeah.
But
the
2.5 comes out of the machine. It is hypochlorous acid, and I challenge anyone to read all their cleaning bottles. So I've got one in the bathroom just to remind me. I look at it and go, ha, that's what I don't use anymore. But that in that bottle is bleach and 65% hypochlorous acid. What do we make out of the K8 that comes out as 2.5 is hypochlorous acid. So if we're making 60% of that product at home from our tap water, why, a couple of lemon drops or whatever makes it smell nice for you, and you've got your own benchtop cleaner that's as good as the stuff you buy from the shops. Cost cutting and benefits and all that sort of stuff. The wonders never cease. But and to use that in those, so rather than buying Hibitane that you go down to local stock agent, buy Hibitane, bit of water, bit of that in the tin, that's disinfectant for your pliers. So I just made for free this stuff to disinfect my pliers, and that worked just as well as, you dip the pliers in, it's lubricating the joint so that the skin and fluff and whatever else is, you're punching holes in the ears. That brings back the other challenge. So these beautiful pink tags that have to have the radio thing in them now.
Yeah.
Right. On a lamb, it would self-pierce the ear and be nice and neat and stuff like that. On an old cracker ewe with a big thick ear, they're a bit tougher and they don't go through.
No.
So I have to pre-punch the ear with the other tagger and then get that tagger to go click, put that tag in. So it's double handling. And then 2 stripes of the back line. So each sheep gets 4 trigger pulls with this hand. Maybe.
And no wonder it's going up your arm and bloody wrecking your shoulder.
Yeah, mate. It's probably just RSI. Good old-fashioned hard work.
Absolutely. A bit like your old man with the big shoulder. I mean, the shearing, I've never shorn in my life, and it's...
Don't start.
But... No, I'm not rushing to. I think I probably said this before, but... So when I was travelling when I was 23, I went to the Shearers Hall of Fame in Hay, or in New South Wales.
Yep.
Shearers Hall of Fame. Anyway, the big shearing museum there. They might have had it at the Hall of Fame as well. But there was one plaque that's always stuck with me, and it mentioned the fact that shearing is probably one of the world's most labour-intensive job. Which I can, again, I've never shorn, but I can certainly, I've seen blokes working on it and people, talk to people who do it, and I can understand. And because next to that, underneath that,
and they can't get a robot or an AI to do it for them.
No,
it is.
God, could you imagine?
It is a fact about shearing. It's one of those industries that is safer than houses, because you can have a robot lay a brick, you can have a robot pour cement, but you can't have a robot shear a sheep, because each sheep is individual and they sit different and stuff like that. So it's an art form. It's a skill.
That is not necessarily personal, but it's ever changing. You always got to adjust for each animal. It's a bit like catching cattle in a crush. Every beast reacts differently, and so as you're persisting along, you get one beast that'll just stand there and accept that it's going to get an ear mark and ear tag, and then you get the next beast that comes along, and you got to stand there for 5 minutes while it settles down, or you got to just get in there, risk buddy getting knocked about a bit to get
Yep.
it done and get him out quicker or it out quicker because they're going to hurt themselves. So you've got to make those adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I don't do cows, Muzz, because it's a lot bigger than me. And if the cow gets grumpy and it wants to go through me, it's going to go through me, right? Through the fence, whatever. It's not going to argue. Whereas in a sheep, even a big ram, 150 kilos of sheep is one of the big rams. If that wants to flatten me, it'll knock me over. It'll hurt, but I guarantee I'll get up. I might find a bit of pipe to go and say hello with later, but but I'll definitely survive that. But horses and me don't get along. I'm allergic to the coat on a horse.
No way. Yeah, right.
I get hay fever reactions for the short hair on a horse. Most horses, not every horse, but I found it out the hard way when now ex-wife had a horse here, and you go and help feed and stuff like that, and the horse would stick its heads over the fence, want to get in the feed bucket, have a bit of null around, and I'd come back in every time, puffy eyes, runny nose, the whole lot, every time. Have to go have a shower and get rid of it. But if the horse wanted to argue, it could have got over the fence, could have gone wherever it wanted to if it really wanted to. And if it kicked me, it was going to hurt a lot. And I put cows in a similar bucket. They're a bit larger physically animal, so there's a bit more weight there to deal with. But yeah.
And that's where, like you're dealing with too, it all comes down to handling and, you still got to be wary. You got to be careful. You don't, take too many chances. But at the same time, I had a couple of people staying in it long ago, and we a couple of runaway escapee bulls. Anyway, went and retrieved them, and one of them he's a long time pet, and I said to him, "Oh, you want to come and bloody say good day?" He said, "No fucking way." Same thing. He's like, they'll knock me over. But I left it at that. But later I went and said good day. And he's one of those blokes you can, rub all up and down his neck and down along his bum. And he's a big old softy. But some of his relations out there, that have been escaped the yards a few times at the station there, they're, they'll give you a cuddle, but it might be quite so pleasant.
That's a bit like the stud boys. We got Omad passed away last summer. Really tough way to go when you pass away doing your job in the ladies. That's got to be the worst way to die, I reckon.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the worst ways.
I think that's on a bucket list for most blokes. Just about every man would have to wish that one. If I'm going to go, that would be the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so Omad was always good for come up to the fence and scratch around the ears and the head, and he'd eat out of your hand and stuff like that. And Noddy was the same, but Noddy's getting a bit long in the tooth too. So he's survived this year. We'll see how he goes next year. Yeah. But none of the other rams, they'll come up and they'll stand half a body length away, but they won't let me feed them. So they're not quite pet enough. So,
but at least they'll stand that close. That's cool that they're happy to share space with you. I think that's always a big win if you can get them like that. And like with our cows or our cattle, full stop. You can sit down in the middle of the yard with them, have a can, and they'll come up and be sort of like you're saying, like half a length away from you, and just sniff you and look at you, inspect you, whatever. If you're sitting with your legs outstretched, they might study sniff and lick your boots, sort of thing. And I think that's a pretty good goal for most people to be at with their stock, to get to that point where cattle are happy to share a space with you. And it's just incredible. Yeah. But on that note, Stuart, I need to make a mile if you don't mind. And check.
Well, it's one of the challenges of today.
Absolutely.
We've got places to be. These sheep aren't going to get themselves drafted and into the shed. And the young fella's not going to make his own lunch today. He's too busy playing the Xbox. So I got to go force lunch into him.
Half his luck. All right, mate. Well, you lead the sign off, eh?
I'll do the sign off thing. So thanks to all the farmers for growing all the food and all the wool, because that's what I'm doing this weekend. You guys are pretty awesome. Thanks to all the truckies that cart that stuff around Australia, all the goods and all the wool, because I'm still shearing this weekend. And thanks to the veterans that have fought for our freedom so that the shearers can turn up and shear my sheep and we can get all this wool for the beautiful clothing. Thanks to everyone for all their services. Peace out. Have a good one. That's us for today, I think. Persisting through challenges.
Thanks, guys. Absolutely. Cheers, mate.
See you, Muzz.